They learned to fly these Harrier jets in what, like 3 days? I literally had to ask ChatGPT so many times what's happening in this movie. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. I'm Blaine, and you're beautiful. Today, we're talking about Battlefield Earth, and this one is the big one. We're talking bad acting, we're talking bad effects, we're talking terrible dialogue, and somehow this movie's worst crime is that it manages to be boring. All right, for those of you who don't know, Ron L. Hubbard, the founder of Scientology, wrote the novel that inspired this film. And Mr. Saturday Night Fever himself spent years trying to get this thing made. It was his passion project. He really threw himself into this thing with his whole chest. And I can't for the life of me figure out why.
Ow, by the way, are you small?
Oh yeah. But for obvious reasons, he was very excited to get this thing made. I mean, even more excited than this guy.
About this, ladies, girl!
And that's one very excited Scientologist. All right, let's get into it. So the movie opens on Johnny just finding out his dad died, and I think that this is the first time we realize what kind of treat we're in for.
I'm sorry. The gods took your father in the night.
Everybody in this movie is taking it way more seriously than any of us can be expected to. I'm going to stop it right here to give you guys some subtext that the movie chooses not to give you in an opening crawl or any other fashion. Apparently, the movie's set in the year 3000 AD, but we'd have no way of knowing that unless we were already familiar with the original novel and its subtitle, A Saga of the Year 3000. Something is apparently set man back to primitive times, and a good portion of the men who are still alive are enslaved. Now, all of this seems like a pretty good premise, but the movie just assumes you already know everything. All right, now that I've got you back up to speed, let's resume the shit show. Wait, so it's a statue? I thought he was under attack. Did I miss something? I mean, did our protagonist, Johnny Goodboy Tyler, imagine that? By the way, that's not just a cute nickname I came up with. That's his actual name in the movie. In case there was any confusion, now we know who to root for. Little on the nose. Anywho, Johnny's off on a conquest to explore the world and find himself a better life, but then he gets captured by these fucking things. So these guys are the Cyclos. Apparently they conquered Earth about 1,000 years ago and enslaved a good portion of humanity. Their whole deal is they really like to laugh in like an evil way. Terrifying. Just, fucking Easter Bunny's more scary than that. And not for nothing, but like, why is Forrest Whitaker here? Like, he does good movies. It's like going to Harvard and getting a job at McDonald's. And there are so many goddamn Dutch angles in this movie. It's like the whole thing was filmed on a skateboard. Ugh. Thinking about the Cyclos for a second, I know Ron L. Hubbard hated psychology, so naming his antagonists the Cyclos, subtle. Right, so welcome back. Carter plays our main alien dickhead, Terrell. And Terrell's not too happy because he just found out this.
We've decided to keep you here for another 50 cycles. With endless options for renewal. With endless options for renewal. With endless options for renewal.
You know, Terrell, I'm not very excited about 50 more cycles on Earth either. I don't want to pretend like I was invested enough to care why they were going to make Terrell spend another 50 cycles on Earth. But then they dropped in this little nugget.
Tell the senator that if I had even an inkling that was his daughter.
Watch your tongue.
Yeah, there's going to be no payoff on that. That's as far as the movie cares to explain itself. It's around this time that Terrell comes up with a plan so he doesn't have to stay on Earth for 50 cycles. But I had to literally ask ChatGPT what the plan was, because... So let's just do that now. Hey, Chat, what was Terrell's plan?
accidentally gets Senator Kerr's daughter killed, gets exiled to Earth, finds the gold, can't tap it legally, so secretly teaches humans to mine it, plans to steal it, get rich enough to buy his way back into power, and hopes Senator Kerr overlooks the whole dead daughter situation.
Okay. One thing that we are made aware of is that his plan includes Johnny being the leader of these gold mining operations. So he puts him in this machine that just downloads all of the universe's knowledge on language, science, military strategy, aircraft, computers. I mean, you name it. Which means part of Terrell's master plan is to teach one human slave literally everything. Hey, Terrell, do you want a super effective rebellion? Because this is how you get a super effective rebellion. So that's a fun plot hole. Oh, here's another fun plot hole for you. Humans keep surprising them. Humans escape, humans fight, humans improvise, and every time the silos are shocked.
And you are out of your skull bone if you think that I'm going to write on the report, shot by man animal as the cause of death unless I see it.
Man animals operating machinery. Have you blown a head gasket?
A man animal couldn't possibly. Man animals. These man animals. And I'd just like to remind you all that these aliens have complete records of human civilization. They know what we can do. They also don't think we taste very good.
Human animals, grossly undersized.
Don't make very good eating.
And I think that's just totally unfair. I know at least 2 guys who would definitely disagree with that. And that, my friends, is what I call low-hanging fruit from the joke tree. Shut up, I know you laughed. Now, if you weren't wondering as much as I wasn't wondering what Terrell likes to do in his free time as Earth's chief security officer, he likes to get drunk on this green goo. Hey, that bartender kind of looks like Chris Kattan. Hey, I'd like to point another thing out. What the hell is this?
Don't know. Of course not. I'm a cyclo of my word.
They're switching between the alien language and English for no discernible reason. When there's not even humans around. Guys, pick a lane.
Well, I can explain that.
Unfortunately, the company requires me to vaporize you.
There's no fucking humans anywhere. What? Who is this for? I feel like they had 2 different editors for this movie. Like, one thought we could be trusted with subtitles, and the other one was like, no. They're just too fucking dumb. Nobody who wants to watch this movie can read. Now that Terrell has Johnny all trained up to lead his secret gold mining mission, Johnny takes this opportunity to escape and look around the planet. Because Terrell didn't put any tracking mechanisms on the humans when he left them out there mining by themselves. And Johnny, who's super smart now because of Terrell, decides to form a rebellion to overthrow these alien fucks. And Johnny's plan is, well, I don't know. I don't know. I had to ask ChatGPT, and I still can't remember, like, the idiosyncrasies of how this thing was supposed to work. So let's do it again together. Chat, what was the rebels' plan?
Pretend to cooperate with Terrell, learn everything possible, escape, unite human tribes, find abandoned Fort Hood, recover Harrier jets and military hardware, somehow master it all almost instantly, then launch a surprise attack, send a nuclear bomb to planet Cyclo, defeat the remaining Cyclos on Earth.
Okay. And the movie explains exactly half of that. Also, part of Johnny's plan is, because they're not actually mining for gold, they're forming this rebellion, but they still need to give Terrell some gold. He's going to just take the gold from Fort Knox. And call me Mr. Nitpickety, but I have 2 major problems with this. One, I'd like to point out once again that the aliens know everything about humanity, so they'd probably know where fucking Fort Knox is, especially if they like gold. And 2, this suggests that Johnny believes that Terrell will not know the difference between gold mined from the earth and gold bullion bars from the reserve. I can't. It is colossal levels of fucking stupidity. The aliens conquered Earth for 1,000 years, and they never checked Fort Knox. Hey, look! 1,000 years. 1,000. Now, while the Cyclos are back at their base discussing how stupid humans are...
The species is called dog. Dog. Yes. Obviously the superior race.
You know, if I'm being honest, dogs being the superior race to humans might be the one thing this movie got right. But I digress. While these guys are discussing how stupid man animals are, Johnny designates one small group of humans to stay behind and pretend to mine for gold, while him and the others go off to find military equipment that they can use in their rebellion. And they're able to accomplish this because Terrell didn't put a fucking tracker on anything. Because Terrell didn't put a tracker on their spaceships, which he definitely could have done. So they get back to Washington, they find all these jets, they find a flight simulator so that they can learn how to fly, which shouldn't be a problem. They have one flight simulator, hundreds of them, in about 7 days before they plan to attack. I mean, look, I'm a pretty educated man animal myself, and I still have to reset my passwords every few months because I'm too dumb to remember them. These guys are going to learn how to be fighter pilots over a holiday weekend. Like, these people have been living in a primitive civilization for the last 6,000 years. Only Johnny has gotten the machine with all the smart knowledge. Anyways, these guys discovered shampoo like 5 days ago, and now they're going to be fighter pilots. So that's believable. Okay. Back at base Cyclo, we're learning that Terrell's even dumber than we already thought he was.
Just remember, I could always inform Planetship of your little scheme.
Leverage? A female getting leverage. Ha!
That dude's never been married. And now it's time for the rebellion. The big battle. We're going to take back Earth. I don't know how we got here. Even with ChatGPT and trying to explain it to you, I have no idea. This movie lacks connective tissue for literally anything that's happening at any given moment. But here we go. Holy shit, these graphics are amazing. I've been so busy ragging on everything else, I forgot how shitty this movie looks. I don't have the budget in front of me. I'm going to put it on the screen. You guys can just put in the comments whether or not you think they got their money's worth. I'm going to guess no. I'm going to guess that's a negative. Somehow the rebels' plan, which I don't remember, and I'm sure you now don't remember either, works. They defeat the Cyclos here on Earth. They teleport a nuclear weapon back to the planet Cyclo so they can blow that shit up. They also send one of their own rebellion members with it so he can detonate it. And you would think that after 2 hours of watching this movie, seeing one of our rebellion members sacrifice themselves to detonate this nuclear weapon would have some type of emotional pull, but you'd be wrong. I felt nothing. I didn't care at all. And I'm not lying when I say that when I saw him detonate the bomb, the movie didn't make it clear that he went with the bomb. Like, I didn't know if he detonated from Earth, which would have made no sense, but it definitely wasn't clear that he was on the planet. So I didn't even know if he died. But yeah, the rebellion won and they captured Terrell and now he's imprisoned at Fort Knox.
Why don't you vaporize me?
Good Lord, could you vaporize me? And that's it. That's Battlefield Earth. Look, normally at the end of a movie, I tell you that it's bad enough that it's still funny that you should give it a watch. Oh, look, don't. Okay? Like, it's not hyperbole. I wouldn't wish these 2 hours on my worst enemy. No, I really wasn't kidding when I said at the top that if you thought it was going to be the bad acting or the terrible effects or the plot holes that make this movie awful, you're just wrong. Its greatest crime is that it takes John Travolta in dreadlocks, nuclear weapons, fighter jets, giant alien wars, and somehow makes it all so fucking boring. Hey, chat, do you think I was too hard on Battlefield Earth?
You know, that movie is absolute trash.
Well, that's going to be it, guys. If you enjoyed hanging out with me as much as I enjoyed hanging out with you, hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing, and until next week, don't miss me too much. I'll be back, babies. There's a lot of movies you could see, like, there's a good version in there. Not this one. Not this one.